Hi guys, it's Sterling Spectre here. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the new LHR Unlock that has been released last week. I've made two videos so far on these new LHR Unlocks. One is for the MB miner and one is for T-Rex miner. You guys can check that out to get full hash rates on your GPUs by following the steps in those videos on my channel. So when Nvidia launched its LHR cards, we all know it was only a matter of time before someone or some team cracked it. In the mining space, there was talk about a full unlock around 2 months ago. It got the community very hyped for a couple days until it was revealed to be a major scam. I'm sure a lot of people didn't fall for it, but some may have lost their wallets and such because of this. From our knowledge, NiceHash was the first company or miner to crack this full LHR unlock, which restored the cards to their full hash rates on the Ethereum algorithm. This LHR mode was released on Nvidia GPUs around a year ago, and we have seen partial unlocks of up to 70% on miners such as T-Rex miner and MB miner. T-Rex miner also offered a way to mine Ethereum and another coin, so you could profit from Ethereum and another coin to ensure you got the most out of your LHR cards. And then finally we had a spree of 100% unlock updates from various miners. So this unlock is only for V2 LHR, so the 3050 and the 3080 12GB have been excluded from this unlock as they are V3. Now this has got me thinking about how these mining programs were so quick to release these within days of each other. I think that these mining programs have had this unlock for a while and didn't want to release it because they were making a lot of money from selling the unlock to large farms. Then when the profits from that were running out, they decided to release it to the wider public. It makes sense that once one miner released it, such as NiceHash, the others would follow so they could profit from the full unlock instead of having one miner program have a monopoly over the unlock. There has also been a theory for a long time that the Chinese miners already had the full unlock for the major farms, and they paid a lot of money to keep it for themselves. The reason that I think this is because the Ethereum difficulty hasn't moved significantly since the LHR unlock was released to the public, as we can see here on the difficulty chart. Then if we look at the network hash rate, we haven't seen a massive increase over there either. You would expect to see a noticeable uptick in difficulty and network hash rate if we are unlocking an extra 30% of the hash rate on all LHR cards. This is why I think that major farms already had the unlock for a while, and we would expect these charts to go up as they would in theory be switching all their cards to 100% unlock. So that's my theory behind why the unlock has come out now. There are other conspiracies out there, such as the release is a conspiracy between Nvidia and Ethereum to coordinate an attack on Ethereum Classic right before the merge. This is a bit far-fetched if you ask me. This leaves us with the question of what will LHR do towards profits and revenue. So firstly, I want to talk about profits. The profits made will be slightly higher, but not by loads. This is because all other miners are getting the unlocks, so as I mentioned, the difficulty will increase and the network hash rate will increase. For now, the profits will be more, but I think that they will soon decrease. The good thing is that you will also be mining more Ethereum coins, which right now is the best time to stack your Ethereum because we have seen a massive decline in the price of both Bitcoin and Ethereum. This means we can mine more coins. Leading up to the merge, the plan was to get more coins to start staking them into the Ethereum pools. This is when the merge happens. Going back to the conspiracy a bit here, I think it has come out at a perfect time for you guys to gain more coins before the Ethereum merge. However, while this whole unlock news has been coming out, the difficulty bomb is still slowly beginning to start, as yesterday the block time for Ethereum crept above 14 seconds. We can see this on this block time chart. This means the profits will be slightly less as the block time slowly goes up. Now this new LHR mode has come with some issues. Many people are reporting problems with starting the full unlock. The first one I saw was that there was a lot of instability in hash rates. There was many spikes between full hash rate down to half and back up again. I experienced this myself on my cards, and the way I fixed it was to keep my memory clocks low, as this seems to be what's causing a lot of instability. Many people have not been able to run the unlocker while mining with two different types of cards. For example, if you have an LHR 3070 and a non-LHR 1080, it can confuse the miner a little bit, so it won't apply the unlocker, or it won't start and will give you an error. There is also issues with HiveOS as the new updates weren't showing up, which meant you couldn't update the flight sheet to get mining. Since the first release of these unlocks, these programs have updated the miner so that the unlock is more stable. For T-Rex, this would be version 0.26.1, and for NB Miner, this would be version 41.3. So if you're having issues with the previous versions, then check for the new miner update to make sure you have the latest version. As mentioned earlier, they also haven't been able to unlock the V3 LHR for this newer GPU, such as the 3050 and the 3080 12GB. As we know, the 3050 isn't good for mining, however the 3080 12GB could be very good at mining when fully unlocked. I don't think there'll be much focus on this V3 LHR as most of the cards have V2 LHR right now. Maybe in the future we'll see an unlock for this, but for now the V2 unlock will have to do. Now let's talk about what this means for gamers and GPU prices. In the recent weeks, we have seen a dip in GPU prices as supplies for the cards increased and many cards returned to MSRP on the aftermarket. However, with the downturn in the market and the price of crypto right now, the impact of the LHR unlock is certainly smaller than it would have been 6 months ago. While I think we'll see a price increase of these LHR cards on the aftermarket, I think it will only last for a small bit because of the fast approaching merge. This is because they used to sell at a lower price than that of the non-LHR cards, but now they have been fully unlocked, their price should go to that of the full hash rate cards. For us miners, this is great because it gives us a chance to sell these LHR cards for more if we need to, but for gamers it's a bit annoying because they still want cheap aftermarket GPUs. Lastly, let's look at the overall crypto space right now. As you can see on this heat map, the whole market is in red and Bitcoin dropped massively yesterday. We are sitting around 30k for Bitcoin and 2.3k for Ethereum. Now if we change this timeline to 1 month, we can see how much the whole market has dropped. This could be the start of a crypto ice age. With a decrease of 25% in the last month, we'll probably see it bottom out at some point. Let's hope it doesn't get lower than this because a lot of people were hoping to sell at a profit on their coins before the merge. Now if we click on top losers in the last month, we can see that Terra Luna has lost over 90% of its price. This coin was supposed to be the backbone for the UST stablecoin. However, due to a correction, they ended up having to sell off 28,000 Bitcoin to try and keep the peg price at $1 a coin. The sell-off of this amount of Bitcoin certainly didn't help the fall in price of Bitcoin. Now if we look at the price chart, we can see that this stablecoin was sitting at the $1 mark until around 4 days ago, when it drops under the dollar mark slightly. This should have been an early sign that their algorithm doesn't quite work perfectly. Then if we look at this massive dip, this is where their algorithm decides to sell off the Bitcoin to try keep the price at $1. Obviously it couldn't do this because the Bitcoin price was falling, so they'd get less money for Bitcoin that was being sold, which then led to this absolutely massive dip to $0.50. For a coin that's supposed to be stable, this sure hasn't worked. They might want to evaluate their algorithm. If we also look at the Terra Luna coin, we can see that this has gone from $88 a coin down to $4 in 5 days. This goes to show that anything can go from 100 to 0 in a matter of days. The crypto market stays volatile and is always going to be for the foreseeable future. Lastly, I want to look at the price of my favorite coin, and that is FLUX. As we can see, it has also taken a nosedive in the price and is currently at 70 cents a coin. In my opinion, this doesn't make me too worried as we have seen this price way lower, but we have also had a massive shoot up at the start of the bull market in November. Right now I'm trying to mine more parallel assets because in the future they'll pay out FLUX. This is a good way to make sure you gain a steady income because these parallel assets will be released in the coming year, so that means we'll get bags of FLUX every couple months. This should help us out in terms of income for the Ethereum merge. I personally will be switching some of my cards to FLUX so we can gain more assets for the future. So that's it for the video. If you guys have any questions or problems mining, then click the top link in the description. It'll take you to my Discord server where I help you guys out with mining problems. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.